If you want to fight and you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living fuck out of a fucking goofy, fucking entitled dickhead like you. You know my name, Andrew Tate. Fucking Google it if you want to know more. Any day, anytime.
Andrew Tate's recent challenge to Jake Paul has sent shockwaves through the combat sports community. Known for his outspoken nature, Tate has directly called out Paul, questioning his legitimacy as a boxer and proposing a high-stakes fight. This confrontation has ignited widespread discussions among fans and experts alike, highlighting the evolving dynamics between traditional fighters and social media influencers in the boxing world. In this video, we will delve into the backgrounds of both Andrew Tate and Jake Paul, examine the specifics of Tate's challenge, and explore the potential implications of this proposed bout on the sport of boxing. Andrew Tate, born on December 1st, 1986 in Washington, D.C., is a former professional kickboxer and social media personality. He began his kickboxing career in 2005 and achieved significant success, amassing a record of 76 wins and 9 losses. Tate won multiple world titles, including the ISCA World Full Contact Light Cruiserweight Championship and the Infusion Live World Championship. His prowess in the ring earned him the nickname King Cobra. After retiring from professional kickboxing, Tate transitioned into the digital realm, establishing himself as a controversial figure on social media platforms. He gained notoriety for his outspoken views on masculinity, wealth, and personal development, often sharing content that sparked debate and criticism. Tate's online presence expanded through various ventures, including online courses and motivational content aimed at young men seeking guidance on success and self-improvement. Despite facing bans from several social media platforms due to his contentious statements, Tate has maintained a significant following. His ability to leverage his combat sports background and provocative online persona has kept him in the public eye, leading to his recent challenge to Jake Paul, which has further amplified his presence in the combat sports community. Jake Paul, born on January 17, 1997, in Cleveland, Ohio, first gained prominence as a social media influencer, amassing a substantial following on platforms like Vine and YouTube. His online success led to a role on Disney Channel's Bizaardvark, further cementing his status as a public figure. In 2018, Paul ventured into boxing, initially participating in amateur bouts against fellow YouTubers. His professional debut came in January 2020, where he secured a first-round TKO victory over fellow YouTuber Anderson Gibb. Demonstrating a commitment to the sport, Paul continued to train rigorously, seeking to establish credibility within the boxing community. Over the next few years, Paul faced a series of opponents, including former NBA player Nate Robinson, whom he defeated via knockout in November 2020. He then took on former MMA fighters Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley, securing victories in both matches. In October 2022, Paul faced his most challenging opponent to date, former UFC champion Anderson Silva, and emerged victorious by unanimous decision. Paul's most recent bout was against boxing legend Mike Tyson in November 2024. The fight, held at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, was streamed live on Netflix and attracted significant attention. Paul won the match by unanimous decision, a result that sparked widespread debate within the boxing community. Throughout his boxing journey, Paul has been a polarizing figure. While some critics question the legitimacy of his opponents and his rapid rise in the sport, others acknowledge his dedication and the attention he has brought to boxing. His ability to draw large audiences has undeniably impacted the sports landscape, blurring the lines between traditional athletes and social media influencers. In the aftermath of Jake Paul's victory over Mike Tyson, the boxing community has been abuzz with reactions from various fighters. Notably, Gervonta Tank Davis, a prominent figure in the sport, didn't hold back his thoughts. Davis, known for his formidable skills and undefeated record, expressed his desire to face Paul, stating, "I'ma beat the brakes off Jake when I catch him." This bold declaration quickly caught the attention of fans and analysts, sparking discussions about a potential matchup between the two. Jake Paul, never one to shy away from a challenge, responded with his characteristic humor and confidence. He took to social media to mock Davis's stature, quipping, "Gervonta Davis is just angry he's not tall enough to ride the roller coaster at Disney World. I'm sorry, little buddy." This retort went viral, with fans divided between those who appreciated Paul's wit and those who viewed it as disrespectful. The exchange between Davis and Paul has added another layer to the ongoing narrative of Jake Paul's boxing career. It highlights the tension between traditional boxers and newcomers from the social media realm, realm, raising questions about legitimacy, skill, and the evolving nature of the sport. As fans eagerly speculate about future bouts, the prospect of a Paul versus Davis fight remains a tantalizing possibility, promising both entertainment and a test of Paul's abilities against a seasoned professional. In the wake of Jake Paul's recent victory over Mike Tyson, UFC star Conor McGregor made headlines with a series of cryptic social media posts. McGregor, known for his outspoken nature, took to X, formerly Twitter, to share his thoughts on the bout. In one now-deleted tweet, he praised Tyson, referring to him as God's creation, and commenting on his physical prowess. Another tweet, also deleted, made a cryptic remark about solid B nipples, like cigars, leaving fans puzzled about its meaning. Jake Paul, never one to shy away from confrontation, responded promptly. He addressed McGregor directly on social media, stating, "Dear Conor, I know you told my team you would fight me at 170 LEBs. That's never happening, but let's run it in MMA, no weight class, just like how it used to be done." Paul's challenge was bold, suggesting a mixed martial arts bout without weight restrictions, harking back to the early days of the sport. In a post-fight press conference, Paul elaborated on his challenge, expressing doubt that McGregor would accept. He cited McGregor's contractual obligations and questioned his willingness to face him in the ring. Paul also drew comparisons between their respective performances against Nate Diaz, implying that he had an easier time defeating Diaz than McGregor did. These exchanges have reignited discussions about a potential matchup between Paul and McGregor. Fans and analysts are divided, with some eager to see the two face off, while others question the feasibility and legitimacy of such a bout. Regardless, the back and forth has kept both fighters in the spotlight, fueling ongoing debates about the intersection of traditional combat sports and the influence of social media personalities. Following Jake Paul's victory over Mike Tyson, former super middleweight world champion Carl Froch didn't mince words in his critique of Paul. Froch, known for his straightforward demeanor, took to social media to express his disdain, stating, "Listen up, Jakey boy. I'm 11 years retired, not done a round of boxing for over a decade. I'm old, gray, and out of shape, but I'd still give your mom the best night of her life." He further taunted Paul by suggesting he could knock him out in 30 seconds, emphasizing his belief in Paul's lack of boxing prowess. Jake Paul, never one to back down from a challenge, responded with equal fervor. He dismissed Froch as a sour loser and retorted, "I've done more in 4 years than you have in your life." Paul's response highlighted his confidence in his achievements and his disregard for Froch's criticisms. The exchange between Froch and Paul has added another layer to the ongoing debate about Paul's place in the boxing world. While Froch represents the traditional boxing establishment, critical of Paul's unconventional rise, Paul embodies the new wave of fighters leveraging social media and entertainment to make their mark. This clash of perspectives underscores the evolving dynamics within the sport as it grapples with the intersection of traditional athleticism and modern celebrity culture. As fans and analysts weigh in on this feud, it remains to be seen whether such exchanges will lead to actual bouts or remain as verbal sparring matches. Regardless, the discourse continues to keep both fighters in the public eye, fueling discussions about the future trajectory of boxing in the digital age. Amidst the flurry of reactions following Jake Paul's victory over Mike Tyson, former kickboxing world champion Andrew Tate issued a direct and provocative challenge to Paul. In a viral video, Tate didn't hold back, stating, "If you want to fight and you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living expletive out of a goofy expletive entitled Expletive Like You." Tate's bold words underscore his confidence and willingness to step back into the ring to face Paul. Tate's challenge is not just about the fight itself, but also a critique of Paul's rise in the boxing world. He has previously expressed disdain for Paul's approach, suggesting that Paul's success is more about entertainment than genuine boxing skill. By calling Paul out, Tate aims to expose what he perceives as the superficiality of Paul's boxing career and to reaffirm the values of traditional combat sports. The prospect of a bout between Tate and Paul has generated significant buzz among fans and analysts. Many are intrigued by the clash of styles and backgrounds. Tate, a seasoned kickboxer with a traditional fighting pedigree, versus Paul, a social media star turned boxer. Such a matchup would not only be a spectacle, but also a commentary on the evolving nature of combat sports in the digital age. As of now, Jake Paul has not publicly responded to Andrew Tate's challenge. However, given Paul's history of engaging with high-profile callouts, it's possible that this confrontation could materialize into an actual fight. If it does, it promises to be a significant event, blending the worlds of traditional martial arts and modern entertainment. On November 15th, 2024, Jake Paul faced boxing legend Mike Tyson in a highly anticipated bout at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The event, streamed live on Netflix, attracted a massive audience, eager to witness the clash between the young internet sensation and the seasoned former heavyweight champion. The fight concluded with Jake Paul securing a unanimous decision victory over Tyson. The judges scored the bout 80-72, 79-73, and 79-73 in favor of Paul, highlighting his dominance throughout the match. Paul landed 78 punches compared to Tyson's 18, showcasing his effective strategy and execution in the ring. This victory marked a significant milestone in Jake Paul's boxing career, elevating his professional record and solidifying his presence in the sport. Defeating a figure of Tyson's stature, even at 58 years old, added a notable achievement to Paul's resume and sparked widespread discussions within the boxing community. However, the fight also ignited debates among fans and analysts. Some praised Paul's performance and dedication to training, acknowledging his growth as a boxer. Others questioned the legitimacy of the matchup, considering Tyson's age and prolonged absence from professional boxing. Critics argued that while the fight was entertaining, it did not necessarily reflect a fair competition between two athletes at their physical peaks. Despite the mixed reactions, the event undeniably captured public interest and brought significant attention to the sport. It highlighted the evolving landscape of boxing, where traditional athletes and social media personalities intersect, creating new dynamics and audiences for the sport. In the aftermath of the fight, both Paul and Tyson expressed mutual respect. Tyson acknowledged Paul's preparation and determination, while Paul honored Tyson's legacy and influence in boxing. This display of sportsmanship resonated with many fans, adding a positive note to the event's conclusion. As Jake Paul continues his boxing journey, this victory over Mike Tyson stands as a pivotal moment, reflecting both his ambition and the broader shifts occurring within the world of professional boxing. The aftermath of Jake Paul's victory over Mike Tyson has been a whirlwind of opinions from fans, boxing professionals, and media analysts. On social media, reactions have been polarized, with some celebrating Paul's strategic performance and others criticizing the event as an unnecessary mismatch. The fight has sparked a broader debate about the balance between entertainment and competitive integrity in modern boxing. Fans of Jake Paul have lauded his ability to face and defeat an icon like Mike Tyson, even considering the age disparity. They point to Paul's dedication, discipline, and steady improvement as evidence that he's becoming a legitimate presence in the boxing world. For these supporters, Paul's win solidifies his position as a disruptor in a sport traditionally reserved for those with years of amateur experience. On the other side, critics have been vocal about their concerns regarding the fight's fairness. Many believe that Tyson, at 58 years old, should not have been pitted against a much younger and more physically capable opponent. This perspective argues that such matchups risk diminishing the legacy of legendary athletes while prioritizing financial gain over athletic merit. Among boxing professionals, the opinions are equally divided. Prominent figures like Dana White have expressed admiration for Tyson's courage to compete at his age, while also noting Jake Paul's ability to draw massive audiences. White commented, "Mike Tyson showed heart, but Jake Paul knows how to sell a fight. That's the future of boxing right now." However, some analysts have called the event a sideshow, suggesting it undermines the legitimacy of the sport. Former world champions like Carl Froch have been critical of Paul's skills, viewing his rise as a product of clever marketing rather than genuine talent. Froch stated, "It's entertainment, not boxing. Beating a 58-year-old legend doesn't make you a champion." Despite the criticism, the fight has sparked significant interest in boxing, attracting a younger demographic and bringing mainstream attention to the sport. While traditionalists may balk at the idea of influencers like Paul entering the ring, it's clear that his presence is reshaping the landscape, creating new opportunities and challenges for the boxing community. The mixed reactions highlight a critical question for the future of boxing. How can the sport balance its rich traditions with the demands of modern audiences? As Jake Paul continues to challenge the norms, the conversation around these issues will only grow louder. For now, both fans and professionals remain deeply invested in what Paul's next move will be and how it will shape the evolving narrative of combat sports. The boxing world is abuzz with speculation about a potential bout between Jake Paul and Andrew Tate. Tate, a former kickboxing world champion and internet personality, has been vocal about his desire to face Paul in the ring. In a recent live stream, stream, Tate mentioned that he and Paul had previously discussed a fight, stating, "If this arrest didn't happen, it probably would have come to fruition. We'll see what happens in the future. It's possible." Total Pro Sports. Jake Paul, known for his strategic selection of opponents, has yet to publicly respond to Tate's renewed interest. However, given Paul's history of taking on high-profile matches, a fight with Tate could be a lucrative and attention-grabbing event. Fans are divided on the potential matchup. Supporters of Paul believe that his youth and recent boxing experience would give him an edge over Tate, who has been out of professional fighting for some time. On the other hand, Tate's followers argue that his extensive kickboxing background and combat skills could pose a significant challenge to Paul. The prospect of this fight raises questions about the evolving nature of boxing, where traditional fighters and internet personalities intersect. A bout between Paul and Tate would not only be a clash of physical prowess, but also a meeting of two distinct personas that have captivated audiences in different ways. As discussions continue, the boxing community eagerly awaits any official announcements. Whether this fight materializes or remains speculative, it underscores the dynamic and unpredictable landscape of modern combat sport. The potential matchup between Jake Paul and Andrew Tate highlights a broader discussion within the boxing community: the balance between entertainment-driven bouts and traditional merit-based competitions. Paul's rise from a YouTube personality to a professional boxer has been marked by high-profile fights that attract massive audiences, often featuring opponents from diverse backgrounds, including former MMA fighters and fellow internet celebrities. Critics argue that such matchups prioritize spectacle over the sport's integrity, potentially overshadowing athletes who have dedicated their lives to boxing. They express concern that the focus on entertainment may dilute the sport's competitive essence and undermine the achievements of traditional boxers. Supporters, however, contend that these events bring fresh attention to boxing, introducing the sport to new demographics and revitalizing interest. They point out that the increased viewership and financial gains from these bouts can benefit the sport as a whole, providing opportunities for lesser-known fighters to gain exposure. The potential fight between Paul and Tate embodies this tension. Tate, a former kickboxing champion, represents a bridge between traditional combat sports and modern internet culture. His challenge to Paul is not just a call for a fight, but a statement about the evolving nature of boxing and the place of new age personalities within it. As the boxing world watches these developments, the conversation continues. Can the sport maintain its rich traditions while embracing the entertainment value that figures like Jake Paul bring? The outcome of such matchups may influence the future direction of boxing, determining how it balances the demands of a modern audience with the preservation of its storied legacy. The ongoing saga of Jake Paul, Andrew Tate, and the influx of entertainment-driven matchups showcases how boxing is undergoing a dramatic transformation. With each fight, Paul has challenged the traditional norms of the sport, drawing in millions of new fans while sparking heated debates among purists. Andrew Tate's challenge to Paul represents more than just a potential clash of fists. It symbolizes the meeting of two worlds: the discipline, tradition-bound roots of combat sports, and the modern spectacle of social media fame. For fans of the sport, this evolution has been both thrilling and divisive. Some appreciate the excitement and attention figures like Jake Paul bring to boxing, arguing that his high-profile bouts breathe new life into a sport that occasionally struggles for mainstream relevance. Others worry that these fights shift focus away from skilled athletes who dedicate their lives to climbing the ranks through hard work and discipline. As the potential fight between Paul and Tate looms, it brings to light key questions about what the future of boxing will look like. Can the sport strike a balance between maintaining its rich history and embracing the entertainment value demanded by today's audience? Will figures like Paul and Tate continue to redefine the sport, or will boxing eventually reclaim its traditional roots? The conversation surrounding Paul's rise, Tate's bold challenge, and even Paul's victories over the likes of Mike Tyson is far from over. This is a moment of transformation for boxing, one that could shape its future for decades to come. Whether you're a fan of the old school or intrigued by the new wave, one thing is certain: boxing has never been more unpredictable or captivating. As the dust settles, the biggest question remains: will Jake Paul step into the ring with Andrew Tate? And if he does, what will it mean for the sport, its fans, and its legacy? Share your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned as we continue to explore the ever-changing world of boxing.